Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you want to build modern AI apps, there is actually a secret to doing it fast. There's one open source tool behind a huge number of AI apps being built right now. And once you understand it, building your own AI agent stops feeling impossible. Let me introduce you to LangChain. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our simple roadmap for today. First, welcome to the workshop. Then, meet your core tools, building the pipeline, the wider ecosystem, and finally, your next steps. Welcome to the workshop. So why use a framework at all? Well, imagine you want to build a house, right? But before you can even think about the design, you have to forge your own pipes, smelt your own copper, and literally invent your own tools. That is exactly what building AI applications feels like without a framework. Connecting a language model to your prompts, your databases, and your external tools requires writing thousands of lines of custom, highly repetitive plumbing code. It's exhausting and honestly a bit frustrating. But building with LangChain? Totally different story. It provides ready-made, reusable building blocks. LangChain handles all that tedious plumbing, allowing you to focus entirely on the fun part, bringing your unique idea to life. So what exactly is it? LangChain is a wildly popular open-source framework specifically designed for building applications powered by large language models. Think of it conceptually as a physical workshop. It's essentially a toolbox filled with standardized building blocks, plus the magical glue needed to connect them all together seamlessly. You aren't starting from scratch here. You are walking into a fully stocked shop ready to build. And here is one of the absolute biggest advantages of working in this particular workshop. LangChain is entirely model agnostic. This is huge. Imagine being able to swap out the engine of your car in 5 minutes without having to change the steering wheel, the transmission, or the chassis. That's exactly what LangChain does for AI. You can start building today with OpenAI, and if a better model comes out from Anthropic, Google, or the open source community tomorrow, you can just switch it out effortlessly. Your core application logic stays exactly the same. It protects you from vendor lock-in and keeps your apps future-proof. Section 2, meet your core tools. Now, what's really interesting about this next slide is, well, I'm going to act as your mentor, guiding you through this woodshop. These are the core components you absolutely need to know. Let's walk through them together. First up, we have models. These are the reasoning engines, the actual brains of the operation, the LLMs. Next are prompt templates. Instead of hard-coding text every single time, think of these as reusable forms where you just fill in the dynamic variables. Then we have output parsers. You see, AI models usually spit out messy, raw text. Parsers act as a translator, cleaning that text up into structured data your application can actually use. Moving down the list, we see retrievers. Think of them as your application's personal librarian. They fetch relevant documents from your database to give your AI reliable, grounded knowledge. Next is memory. Out of the box, AI has total amnesia. Memory components allow your app to remember previous turns in a conversation. Then we have tools. These literally give your AI hands to interact with the world, like handing it a calculator or the ability to search the web. And finally, agents. This is where it all comes together. An agent combines the reasoning power of the model with the external abilities of the tools, allowing the AI to autonomously decide what actions to take. These are your standard parts. Now, a very quick but super important note for all of you beginners out there. Please, do not panic about syntax. The AI field moves incredibly fast. LangChain's exact code and function names are going to evolve over time. Do not stress about memorizing code. The concepts we just discussed, the models, the prompts, the tools, the agents, those stay stable. Having a solid conceptual understanding of these building blocks is what truly matters. That understanding is your superpower, and it'll allow you to read any version of the documentation, no matter how much the code changes underneath. Section 3, building the pipeline. So, to actually connect everything, we use the single most important idea in LangChain, chaining. Chaining is simply taking the output of one step and piping it directly into the next to build a seamless workflow. It is the elegant plumbing of our workshop. LangChain uses a concept called LangChain expression language, which basically lets you connect these pieces together in a highly readable way. It's exactly like connecting pieces of a physical pipeline so data flows smoothly from one step to the next. And this brilliantly illustrates chaining in action. Step 1 is your prompt template. It takes the user's raw question and dynamically formats it. Then it pipes that nicely formatted prompt directly into step 2, the model. The model thinks about it and generates an answer, but maybe that text is a bit messy. So that output gets piped directly into step 3, the output parser. The parser cleans it up, structures it perfectly, and delivers the final result right to your application. It's a seamless, linear flow of data from start to finish, all without needing complex, messy code. Section 4, the wider ecosystem. Let's zoom out for a second, because LangChain isn't just a single library anymore. It has really grown into a powerful trio. LangChain itself provides the core building blocks we've been discussing, but once your applications start getting more complex, you're going to need its companions. Second on the list is langgraph. You use this for building advanced, stateful agents and multi-step workflows where you really need fine control over the loops and decisions the AI makes. And third is langsmith. Think of this one as your quality control inspector. It's an absolutely vital tool for debugging, testing, and monitoring your LLM apps once you push them out into the real world. When things get real and hit production, langsmith is essential to see exactly what is happening inside your chains.
Section 5. Your next steps. So the crucial point is this. LangChain is your workshop. It gives you the standard parts and an incredibly elegant way to connect them. But this explainer is really just the foundation. Knowing what the tools are is great, but now we actually need to build something with them. In our upcoming Part 4 explainer, we are going to combine LangChain's retrievers and vector stores to build a complete retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, system. And then in Part 5, we are going to add tools to that setup to build a fully autonomous agent. Trust me, you won't want to miss seeing these concepts come to life. Which leaves me with one final question for you. Now that you have the keys to the workshop, what AI app are you going to build first? Let your imagination run wild. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss Part 4, and let me know all about your project ideas in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me in the workshop today, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.